Hey everyone, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, for the first time, why don't you subscribe, become the newest member of the Slashed Squad. Here I review products you won't feel guilty buying and do looks you can actually recreate at home. I am part excited for this video and part dreading it because today we are talking once again about magnetic lashes. If you've been following me for a little bit, you may have seen my last video talking about magnetic lashes where I reviewed the Ardell magnetic lashes. I will leave the link below and in a card. I didn't have a good time. They were miserable, as well as the original expensive version of the magnetic lashes, like the first to hit the market from the 1-2 Cosmetics brand. I didn't have a good time with those either. Those ones I tried on a different YouTube channel and it was just always the same problem where I couldn't get them to stick close to my lash. They slipped off really easily, and in general, they just looked wonky. So you may be asking, Miranda, then why the heck are you going to try another version? So these magnetic lashes are from the brand Kiss, and I will admit, when I opened the box, I literally groaned. But then something caught my eye. These magnetic lashes come with an applicator, and I feel like this could make or break this idea and maybe salvage the idea of magnetic lashes, because the biggest problem with magnetic lashes that I had in the past were the fact that I could not nudge them close enough to my lash line to look normal. So that was the first thing that really intrigued me, that made me feel like, okay, I'll give these a shot. The other thing that I think is really interesting is, and I'll show you one of these styles, the bottom lashes are a lot lighter and less full as the top lashes, whereas in previous versions of the magnetic lash, you kind of see the same volume on the top and bottom lash. I think that could also be a really good design element, because with the previous lashes that I tried that were magnetic, they would easily slip off of my own lashes because they were so heavy. So I think lessening the load on the bottom lash may make a difference. So I will say I'm going into this without much hope at all, but the two elements that set these Kiss magnetic lashes apart are enough to get me interested, and you know, we'll see how it works. All right, I'm gonna do the left eye first. Let's talk about loading this applicator. Okay, so we have the applicator in the open position, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with my left eye, and you're supposed to place the lash on the inside of the applicator with the lashes facing upwards. Probably easier if I go in from the side so I can see what I'm doing. And you can actually see there's magnets on the inside of this to hold it steady. And we're gonna do the same for the bottom, and remembering that the lashes are curving upward. Okay, so from here, we've got both lashes on. We go ahead and line these up by pushing this like so. So now we have this tool ready to go and ready to sandwich our natural lashes between. So I did put on mascara to prep, because that was part of the instructions. It says that mascara will give the lashes something to grab onto. So I was grabbing a mirror, and I guess I pushed these together too closely and the lashes stuck together. So I need to reload it now. While I realign these, I also wanted to point out, they say that these are a universal fit, so you shouldn't have to cut them. They'll fit on any shape of eye. So it's a pretty hefty claim in my opinion. Deep breath. Okay. All right, so we're taking this tool, getting our natural lashes in between, getting as close to the base as possible. Ooh, I'm nervous. Okay, pushing down and releasing. We'll try again. The applicator is a little bit intimidating though, and that could have been my fault. Like, I just didn't want to poke myself in the eye with this big plastic thing. I will say that out of all the magnetic lashes I've tried so far, this probably is the thinnest and most flexible band, which is a good thing, because that means that it will curve to the eye as long as we get these magnets together in each corner. I feel like maybe because it's my left eye, I'm having some issues, because it's my less dominant. So let's just see what happens trying it out with the right eye. I feel like maybe we'll have better luck with this, because it's like I can kind of see better and maneuver better when I'm not over my nose. Okay, wait, I'm caught. Okay. Wait, we're really close to to something here. There's no doubt about it, this still looks wonky, but we are the closest we've ever been with a magnetic lash. The inner corner still kind of just poking out in a straight line, so it's not in against my lash line, and same thing is kind of happening on this side, but we have a pretty good majority of the lash right up against my lash line. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic now that that happened. This method seemed to work well for me, kind of going in from the side, gliding the lashes in. I'm really gonna try to get this angle right. Okay, we have clicked, kind of rocking the tool out. Whew. I think you can agree that that is probably the best application that we've gotten between this video and my last video doing the Ardell lashes. Like, that is pretty dang close. My issue is I feel like even with this tool, it's really hard to get the corners lined up on either side, because even if the lashes can bend to any eye shape, this clearly can't because it's just a plastic tool. So I feel like just as if I were applying a normal lash, you'd have to kind of do one end and then the other. And with this, you can't really do that because as soon as you click it down, each end is going to snap together. So you can't really get both sides precise. I feel like that is the big oversight when it comes to this tool. And with this tool, again, you have to be really precise getting it into like application mode where they're right lined up with each other, because it's so easy for the lashes to just snap together. Sometimes I can't tell if it's snapped together or not. That was not great. You know what I just noticed doing this eye too, is that sometimes the magnet on the applicator pulls the lash back after you've tried to click it. So it's like you feel like you've got it well, but then it's still kind of holding on to the applicator, so you start to move the applicator away and it picks up the lash again. Clicking, making sure we're not still attached to the applicator. Oh my God, I think we did it. Oh my God, we did it! That is definitely the best we've ever done and probably the best we ever will. All right, here is the up angle so you can see where the lash is sitting. It is only slightly sitting away from my outer corner lash line, but the rest of the lash is it's like on my lash line. But also, what's up with the style? They like go straight up. I'm shook. I am shooketh. I think that is pretty close to what we did on the other eye as well. Only took about 7 tries, you know. All right, so here's what the lashes look like on, and I do have a few things to say about them. The first and most important point being that out of all the magnetic lashes that I've tried, and on and off YouTube, I have tried a total of 4 different brands. These are the best, question mark. What I mean by that is you can get them to do what they're supposed to do. It's just going to take a lot of practice and a lot of times potentially, because with magnets, they're not super precise all the time. So even if you know what you're doing, you're not necessarily guaranteed to get it right on the first time, just like with a normal strip lash, I guess. But at least with a strip lash, you're in charge of where you're placing it. If you place it wrong, you place it wrong. But with the magnets, they can attract a little too soon. They can attract while they're still on the applicator. So there is a little bit of unpredictability that does come along with this, but they work better than any that I have tried. Not only is the band more flexible, allowing that curve to happen a little bit easier, but the applicator does make a huge difference in getting the entire lash super close to your lash line. Obviously, I was struggling in the beginning because this is a completely new concept for me, but I do have a few tips on how to make this a little bit easier your first time around. So I definitely had the best luck when I applied by sliding the applicator applicator through my lashes, coming in from the outer corner and moving inwards. And then the really, really important part is to make sure you have this completely flush with your lash line. In the beginning, I feel like I was at an angle where I had the outer corner a little bit close to my lash line and then the front was poking out, or vice versa. So it's really important to just get that really straight on application and actually touch your eyelid with this tool to know that you are right up against your skin before pinching down. Now, my other issue that came along with this applicator, making it pretty tricky, is that it did have a tendency of, once I clicked, to still be a little bit attached to one of the magnets. So then when I started pulling the applicator away, it would pull the lash out of line. So what I did to kind of help combat that is definitely do a couple of clicks before you start pulling, and then, you know, do a little bit of a wiggle as you wiggle it out from your lashes. Another downside of this applicator, as helpful as it is, there are some things to consider. Because you are pressing this against your lid, there is the possibility of it messing with your eyeshadow or eyeliner. I noticed that I have a few flaky areas on my eyeliner now that have like missing liner because I rubbed them too much with this applicator. But I would not recommend doing this first and then doing eyeliner, because since these are not disposable lashes, the less amount of makeup you get on them and the less amount of times you try cleaning makeup off of them will probably prolong their life, which is another reason why I don't really like the fact that they suggest putting on mascara first. Next time I try these, I probably will try just Sans mascara, but I understand that it does make your lashes a little more grippy and less slippery. And I also will say that unlike other magnetic lashes, these are feeling sturdy on my lashes. They are not slipping even as I blink. Future Miranda cutting in here. I am currently editing this video and I decided to keep the lashes on just to kind of see how well they would hold up. It's only been about an hour since I put them on and they are slipping off my lash. Even though when we first got them on, those last couple times where they were really sturdy and they were really close to the lash, they felt really good, like they weren't moving. But as time goes on, I can see them moving farther and farther down on my natural lash. I feel like you can see how much they've slipped off better at a downward angle like this, especially towards the outer corner. So that just kind of reaffirms my opinion that we need to stop trying to make magnetic lashes happen, people. You just gotta give up. In the end, while these are the only magnetic lashes that I've gotten to work, I really don't see the huge draw in using these over a strip with glue. I actually almost feel like the learning curve is higher when magnets are in play because of what I said earlier, with the fact that with magnets, there's a little bit of unpredictability. You have to really keep in mind how they attract to each other, and that's just one more factor to think about when you're maneuvering these lashes onto your lid, when you're trying to get them close, when you're trying to position them right. It's just like one more thing to think about, and I don't know if that necessarily makes these easier. And I think that was the whole point of magnetic lashes when they were invented, was to make it easier. You don't have to deal with glue. It's not going to be messy. I do see how these can be a good alternative if you have like really sensitive eyes. You don't want to mess with eye glue. And plus, you're trying to align 2 lashes per eye versus 1 strip per eye when doing magnetic lashes. So I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's more than just a novelty item for me, not something that I would incorporate into a routine. Let me know, have you tried any magnetic lashes? Have you tried these? Have you had success with them enough to incorporate them into your routine? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, become the newest member of the Slash Squad. What is one more person on your subscription page? If you've already done that, mwah, but have you hit the bell icon yet? Turning on video notifications makes sure that you are in control of what you're watching on YouTube and not the algorithm. Let me know what products you want me to test out. Either leave a comment or hit me up on social media. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!